To date, we've got a floor plan that is pretty well locked in now. We have gone ahead and created a number of different things. We have currently area plans that have been made showing gross building numbers and also rentable. If you look, this is kind of what we have for rentable. And currently, we're at a point where we might want to colorize some of this information on the floor plan to give the client an idea as how his space is actually being utilized. Revit has a tool to do that. What we're looking at doing here is creating what you would call a color scheme, and we can do it a number of different ways. The first one that we're going to do is we're going to do a color scheme by room. So what I want you to do is make sure that you're on the first floor plan and click on that. And we're going to right click and we're going to duplicate the view. So on the right click menu, click duplicate. Should see it in the project browser there as far as copy of first floor. What we're going to do is click on that, right click, and we're going to rename it. And we're going to rename it scheme by room. And then go ahead and press OK. So now we have another view set up just to make up this color scheme. Now, the easiest way to make a color scheme by this view is to come up here to Properties. And under Properties, as you go down the list, you'll see basically a category called Color Scheme. And right now it's set to None. Go ahead and click on that. You get the Color Scheme Edit dialog box here. In this dialog box, you have just a couple things that you need to do. One is you have to set up the category. Now, the category is already kind of set up here because the view basically is for rooms. So we're going to have rooms. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to choose the kind of field that we want. We're going to pick up name here. When you do that, you'll notice here that in the table, all the rooms that we've created show up. They've been assigned a color, a pattern, and we even have a preview as far as a little bit larger swatch of what the color looks like. We can also go ahead and name the legend. Right now, room legend is pretty good. Let's just go ahead and hit OK. And you'll see here that everything has come through on color. The only thing is that we don't know what all those colors mean yet, do we? So one of the things that we need to do is bring in a legend. So to bring in a legend, go to the Annotate tab. And on that tab, all the way to the far right, you'll find Color Fill Legend. Go ahead and click on that. And just somewhere in the drawing, go ahead and bring that legend in. And then click, and you'll see basically a legend with all the colors, and everything's coordinated so you can tell where the restrooms are and things of that nature. Another feature that you have, you might look at this office here where we have furniture that's set up. We can actually do a couple options here when it comes to equipment and furniture that's on the plan. Right now, the color scheme is cutting out almost cookie cutter-ish what the furniture looks like. If you go to Properties and you look at the color scheme, there's what's called Background. If you click on that and you go to Foreground and then hit Apply, what will happen is that the furniture will take on the color of whatever the room color is. So anything that's in that room will be kind of masked over. So what you have here is a color scheme that's been done by room. You can also do a color scheme based on area types. Now, if you remember, an area type is kind of like a classification, like all offices, all workstations, or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a quick one of those too. What I want you to do is go down to the project browser, and in the project browser, find Area Plans Rentable First Floor. Go ahead and click on that to make it active. We're going to right-click and do another duplicate view. So now we're looking at another duplicate view, and we're going to call this a different name too. So we're going to come in here and right-click and go to Rename, and we're going to call it here Scheme by Area, and press OK. So now we're basically kind of set up for this. And going back to Properties, go to Color Scheme, and on the None button, click on it. Now you'll notice that the category is different and that it's called Areas Rentable, and we only have one field. Go ahead and click on that. And now you'll see that all the classifications that we've given the various areas will show up here. And you'll notice that the title is called Rentable Area Legend, which is okay. If you like that, that's fine. You can go up there and also change it. Hit OK, and you'll see here completely different take on what your floor plan looks like. Now it's all broken down by different types of areas. You can come in here and take a color fill legend and bring it in, and now you can reference how space has been allocated to various areas. So the color scheme is kind of a fun thing to do. You can definitely graphically show your client and yourself different slices of your space program and how space is being allocated using this tool.